What's up, Silver Stackers? Thank you so much for being here. This is Silver Slayer, and I got some extremely bizarre news that just came out about silver that doesn't make sense. And we're talking about the British Royal Mint. Now, this news is so shocking because it goes exactly against what these other mints have said lately. Let me put things into context for you. The US Mint has seen sales plummet. I'm talking more than 65%. Now, my theory was that's just people turning their back on Eagles because of the high premiums. And after I made that video, the Perth Mint came out with a video talking about their sales being dramatically low as well. Not as low, but still, it just looked like silver is just not being dealt with by anyone in any way, shape, or form. Demand is down. But now, the Royal Mint not only says that sales aren't down, but they jumped 47%. See, if they said like 15% or 20%, I would say okay. But nearly 50% increase while these other mints have been down this bad, something isn't right. Now, there's a couple of theories I have that I do want to explain, and I would love for you to throw your 2 cents in as well. But I think there's one coin that's in that this entire article has to do with Britannia's. Now, private mints do fairly well because rounds are so cheap over spot. You know, nowadays with these premiums, everyone is just trying to get silver for as cheap as possible. Rounds are the way to go, but government-backed coins are always better than rounds. Government-backed coins are always better than rounds if you can get them at a fairly decent price above spot. Britannia's have been the fan favorite as of lately, and I've noticed that just from my channel, just seeing people's comments, what they're buying. Britannia's are the fan favorite. Now, we're going to look at this article that says some pretty important stuff that definitely kind of covers that exact point. Like, for example, this Royal Mint said that it continues to see strong international sales with specific demand growing from American consumers. So all these people that were buying Eagles have turned their back and went to Britannia's because the British Royal Mint is home of the Britannias. That's their most famous coin. Perth Mint is kookaburras and koalas. Those have pretty high premiums, and plus kookaburras, they're minted around 300,000, 500,000. The design changes yearly, so they're more collectible, so the premium will be a little higher. Britannia, the design stays the same. It's a very, it's a beautiful coin. It's very recognizable. Not that much of a premium, so it does make sense when you're looking at an American Eagle, which is a boring, plain coin minted in the tens of millions per year. Looking at a Britannia, if the Britannia is much cheaper, then yes, people are going to turn their back. So it does almost solidify my theory of people starting to hate Eagles. But then the situation gets even more interesting when you look at the US Mint sold 5 million Eagles the first month of January. So of course those numbers aren't going to hold up to that extent. The Perth Mint, they were down like I think a little more than half, but their sales doubled what the Eagles sold since January 2022. So when we look at the numbers of the British Royal Mint, it really starts to kind of tell the story. And even this article gives their theory at the end. So stick around. I'll link the article in the description. Let's talk silver. The British Royal Mint sees gold bullion sales increase 8% in the second quarter. Silver sales jump 47%. That's so crazy that all these other mints, their heads in the sand, and the Royal Mint's sitting out here on the top of the throne talking about markets are booming right now, and all these other mints are down bad. It's kind of funny to me. The paper gold market has struggled to find consistent bullish momentum as prices dropped nearly 7% between April and June. And that's not that crazy because we saw record-breaking sales in the beginning of the year. So, however, the physical market saw solid growth according to the latest report from the Royal Mint. Thursday, the British Mint said that sales of its gold bullion coins increased by 8% quarter over quarter. Same time, silver bullion sales increased 47%, composed or compared to the sales in the first 3 months of June 2022, or the first 3 months of 2022 leading into June. But this is exactly opposite of what happened to the U.S. Mint, the Perth Mint. The U.S. Mint saw amazing sales in the beginning of the year, the first 3 months. It looks like the Royal Mint saw terrible sales, and then sales increased 47%, while the U.S. Mint saw sales boom and now is decreased 60+%. So it's almost like people jumped on Eagles, then they realized over the next following months the premiums are too high, they're not a good coin to invest in, and then they started transferring to Britannias. And the numbers don't lie. I mean, they're right in front of our eyes. And what other coin beyond Britannia would be pushing those types of sales? Nothing. The Mint added that it continues to see strong international sales with specific demand growing among American consumers. Internationally, growth has also been seen in all three metals. 52% increase in the amount of gold ounces being sold, 58% increase in silver, 67% increase in platinum. Wow, so the Royal Mint really is just taking off. And they quote, I quote, "We are famous in the UK for making coins and bars from precious metals and have developed a strong international base of investors. It's encouraging to see such strong international sales, particularly from the US, and we look forward to expanding globally, providing a range of products to appeal to investors." The latest report from the British Mint appears to be bucking the trend of slowing sales among significant mints, like I was talking about. U.S. Mint sold 315,000 ounces of gold during the second quarter, down 26% from the first quarter. The U.S. Mint saw demand drop sharply in June as it sold 52,000 ounces. Meanwhile, Perth Mint sold 244,000 ounces of gold in the second quarter, down 6%. So everyone's down, right? Down 6%, down, what was the other one? 26%, but Royal Mint's up 47%. Some analysts have said the drop in bullion demand reflects the nuances in the marketplace as higher premiums are pricing consumers out of the market. There we go. There's the answer. Higher premiums. Premiums are high because supply and demand imbalance as bullion investors are holding on to the physical metal. At the same time, analysts have said that the sharp drop in gold prices is expected to lead to an increase in physical demand. Thursday, gold prices dropped below $1,700 an ounce, hitting a nearly one-year low. So there you have it. It looks like they're on the same page. I think something is wrong with these numbers, though. Either there's like a missing variable, the British Royal Mint is lying, or something. Something just isn't right about this. Because yes, mints are going to sell more silver than other mints and more gold. But to just know the context of the U.S. Mint situation, which, by the way, and here's the reason why this video is so shocking to me, is because I dug deep into the U.S. Mint's numbers from June 2021 until June 2022. I looked at it all. I even made a chart comparing Perth Mint to the U.S. Mint, looked at their monthly sales, saw what happened. Nowadays, Perth Mint's doubling what the U.S. Mint's selling. But now we have the Royal Mint, the British Royal Mint's numbers coming out, and it just throws everything else out of whack of what would make sense of it's happening. Now, premiums are obviously what makes sense, but to this degree of 47% increases when Perth Mint's still down doesn't make sense. Something's not adding up here. And if you want to go check out the other videos I made, I'm sure it would make a lot more sense to you. Because if you haven't seen those videos, you would just say, okay, their sales are up 47%. So what, Silver Slayer? U.S. Mint was down, Perth Mint kinda. But no, it's much deeper than that. And it all started because I had this theory that people were going to start turning their backs on Eagles. And when I saw them sell 5 million ounces the first month of January, I said, okay, I'm curious what's going to happen later into the year if we're going to see sales like that, since people are realizing these coins are overpriced, extremely overpriced. And that happened. But then a couple days later, the Perth Mint's data came out. And that told more of the story, as more people were starting, or the sales were still down, but to nowhere near of a degree. So then I made a third video comparing the charts from the monthly to monthly, and you can kind of see my theory being correct. But then this mint coming out and showing sales like this just really makes everything much more complicated and confusing and just doesn't sit right. So I would love to hear your thoughts. I mean, yes, Britannias are amazing, but to that extent, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it is true. Maybe they're missing something. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's just how it is right now. Anyways, yeah, I'd love for you to throw in your 2 cents. I love bringing up topics like this because it is good to know what do you buy, and I could even just ask you. It said that a lot of their new demand is coming from American consumers. So, are you someone that used to buy Eagles but now you buy Britannias? Is that what it is? I mean, I guess it would make sense. Britannias are a government-backed coin. Government-backed coins are always better than rounds. And if it's I guess a low premium government-backed coin, especially that has a new security feature, it makes perfect sense. 1 + 1 = 2. From an investing perspective, it makes sense, but just to see the number increase and decrease from these mints in the last couple of months is just shocking. That's the hard to believe part. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. If you thought this video was educational, informational, at least entertaining, make sure to hit the like button. I post daily videos. If you want to subscribe, please do. I'm never going to ask you to subscribe in the beginning of the video because you don't even know if you want to subscribe or not. Why would I just ask you to sign a blank check with a false hope? I hate when people say like the video and subscribe right in the first 10 seconds. Why would you ask someone? They don't know your channel. They don't know if they're going to like the video. Why would they want to subscribe just because you told them to? Let them make the decision. If they want to subscribe to the channel, let them watch the video, let them decide. So if you would like to, then please do. I try to make good content, educational, informational, post daily, post stacking strategies, post giveaways, unboxings, information like this. I do everything. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this video up here. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.